Hello, in this video I'll be showing you how to make a 7x6 lace wig. It is called a 7x6 lace wig because the closure I'll be using to make this wig is a 7x6. So as you can see in this video, I've already transferred the head measurement of the client to the wig cap and I have pinned it down, and I've also adjusted the wig cap at the back. So the first thing I'm going to do is to place my lace closure on the wig cap, and when you're doing that, you're going to make sure you put the closure at half an inch forward. You have to pull it forward a bit at half an inch. It's not going to start at the exact point where your wig cap is starting. So I'm just going to sew it round to the wig cap. So before sewing, you have to make sure to pin down the lace closure to the wig cap that is on the canvas blockhead, right? This is just to ensure that the lace closure is not shifting while you are sewing, and you're just trying to make sure that everything is in the proper place or position before you sew. Okay, so basically what I'm doing now is just to make sure that I pin it down properly at the front and at the back so that this thing can actually lay flat when I am sewing it to the wig cap. After pinning down your wig, you begin to sew. So when you want to sew your closure to your wig cap, make sure you start from the middle point. Look at where I'm pointing at. You start from the middle, then you sew it to the side, then you come to the other half and you sew it to the other side as well. The reason being that if you sew it from the front round to the back, then to the other side like that, is going to, you're most likely going to find out that the lace is going to shift. One part will be longer than the other part on the side, right? So it's always better that you start sewing from the middle to the right hand side or to the left hand side, then you come back to the middle, go and sew to the other side that you have not sewn to. Just watch as I am doing, you get it. This helps you to make sure that the closure doesn't shift, because if you start from the front, let's say on the left hand side, and you go like that, you sew it through to the back, then to the side, most likely it is the lace closure will shift a bit. The side you are going to finish sewing on will be longer than the side you started from. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but that is just always better you start from the back at the middle, then you sew to the end of one side, then you go to the middle again at the back and sew to the other side. Okay, so it helps you to make sure that the lace closure is sitting properly. All right, and this is also applicable to when you're using your, let's say, your 2x4 closure, your frontal. Actually, whatever lace you are sewing to your wig cap, you start from the middle at the back, you sew it forward, then you start from the middle again, then you sew it to the other side that you have not sewn on. Okay, now I'm done sewing the lace closure to the wig cap. So the next thing I want to do now is to make sure that I sew the weft I have to the wig cap. So before I do that, I'll put my measuring tape to know the length of the wig cap that I have to sew on. So you're just going to check it, and I'm going to mark it with my chalk at 1 inch interval. Okay, so I'm just going to mark 1 inch spacing. So I'm going to be marking it, so the length of the wig cap after the lace closure is 9 inches. So I marked at 8 inches, 7 inches, 6 inches forward like that till I got to the point that is the closest to the lace closure. Okay, so you're just going to do 1 inch spacing, and that is the track you will sew on. Okay, so if you get, when you're moving closer to the lace closure at the front, you might want to reduce your spacing to half an inch. If you have enough bundles, it just makes the top of your wig to be fuller. Okay, but if you do not have that, you can just continue with the 1 inch spacing and you're good to go. So the volume you have, the amount of weft you have to sew to your wig cap, also determines how you space your wig. So just watch what I am doing. Look at how I'm marking out the lines, and I'll just be following them when I am sewing the wig cap when I'm sewing the weft to the wig cap. Okay, So you can use any other thing apart from a chalk. You can use your wig marker. You can use anything that you know that can allow you to see the lines you are drawing on your wig cap. Marking out these lines help you as a beginner. But whatever it is you are using, make sure it's something that you can easily wash off, because you don't want to leave the mark on your wig when you are when you want to deliver it to your client, or you can't leave that kind of mark on your wig when you want to wear it. Okay, so make sure you're using something that you can easily wash off. So now the next thing I'll be doing is to sew the bundles to the wig cap, following the lines I've already drawn. At the end of every line you sew on, make sure you tack it properly. Okay, make sure that when you finish sewing on one line, the edge of that line, make sure you tack it properly before you cut it off. This will help you to secure the weft properly on the wig cap, so that it's not going to, the weft will not be removing or detaching itself from the wig cap when you are done with the wig. Okay. Now I'm done sewing the weft or the bundles to the wig cap, and you can see this is what I have now. If you look closely, you will see that the last part that I sewed to the wig cap is close to the closure. Look at it closely. You can see it is close to the closure. So that is how your wig should look before you start styling. Make sure the last line you sew is close to the closure. Okay, so the next thing we want to do now is to brush it out, and I will wash it, treat it with different treatment of camera actually, and after that I'll just go ahead and style it. I'll be doing the hitless curl, and because I'll be doing the hitless curls, it's important for me to use my mousse. This is because mousse helps you to hold your curls together. It makes the curls stay together and last longer. Okay, so I'm going to apply my mousse on my wig, and after doing that I'm going to style the wig the way I want it to be, especially the lace closure part, the front of that closure, because however I style it is going to be how the wig will turn out at the end of the day. Like if I style a C cut while I'm doing this hitless cut, the end result of the wig is going to be a C cut. So it is important you do that while you are trying to create your curls. Okay. At this point, I'm just sectioning it while I apply my mousse, and I'll use my flexi rod to create my curls. Okay, so I'm just what I'm doing. I'm just going to keep doing that to every section of the hair. I'll section it first, apply my mousse, then I'll use the flexi rod to create the curl styles. By the way, do you know you can create different curls using your flexi rod? But in this video, I'm just going to be creating a deep wave kind of curl on it. So look at it, I'm not just wrapping it around the flexi rod, I'm twisting it, then I'm wrapping it around the flexi rod. That's basically what I am doing. You twist first before you wrap it around, so that it can give you the kind of curls we want. Okay, so I'm just going to keep doing the same thing all over the hair, and I'll show you what it looks like. Now I'm done rolling all the hairs with the flexi rod. So this is what we have now. You can see I've created my half part to the right hand side. So the next thing I'm going to do is just to leave it for 3 days. It stayed for 3 days before I removed the flexi rod. Okay, so you can let yours stay for 2 to 3 days, but make sure that before you remove the flexi rod, that is, the hair is completely dry. If not, it's not going to form very well, because heatless curls it requires some days. It's not something you can do and just unravel in a day. So you have to make sure that the curls stays for at least minimum of 2 days. And actually, the weather also has it also plays an important role in this. At this point, I unravel the hair around the flexi rod, and you can see the curls are popping already. So look at the way I'm removing the flexi rod. I'm not just pulling it from the bottom. I'm just trying to like carefully unravel the hair around it, okay, so that the curls can actually be intact. So after removing everything, we just proceed to like separating the curls to the volume we actually want. Now this is what we have now after removing the flexi rod. You can see the curls are popping. So the next thing I want to do now is to apply a few drops of Fluida's hair serum on my palm and just apply it to it while separating the curls, okay? So you're not actually going to be like put too much of the oil on it, because it can be actually heavy when you apply that Luda's hair oil on your wig, okay? Just a few drops go a long way. So you just use your tail comb to run it through each of the section of the curls that you have created. So you're just trying to give it more volume basically, but you're not trying to like scatter the curls. You hold the tip of the section you're working on. You hold the tip. You just try to brush the tail comb through it, but you're not like totally separating the curls. Just watch what I am doing so that you can still have your curls intact by the time you are done, okay? At this point now, I applied a few drops of heat protectant and I used my hot comb to flatten the closure. So just watch what I am doing now. I'm going to run the hot comb through the top of the lace closure. After styling the closure, the next thing I had to do was to remove the extra wig cap under the lace closure. You cannot leave the extra wig cap underneath the lace closure, because it's not going to let the lace give a scalp effect. So when you're doing yours, be careful not to cut the lace closure itself, because it's going to ruin everything you have been doing. So make sure that you try to like be conscious of it, of the real lace closure, and just cut the extra wig cap under the lace closure alone. Now, it's important I mention that the lace I used in the construction of this wig was repaired. If you look at it closely, you can see that there are some patches of lace on the lace closure itself. So I'll be linking the video on how I fixed the torn lace closure and how I made it into a closure that I could use to wig. As you can see, like when you turn the other side, you won't see all these patches underneath, right? So I fixed the closure so that I could use it to make this wig. So I'll be linking the video of how I did that in the description. Now this is the end result of the wig. You can see it is looking beautiful already. So thank you for watching, and if you have any question, kindly drop it in the comment section. And remember to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you in the next video.